If you could have only one add-on to solve all of your add-on needs, would you do it? Would you get it? Am I still being mysterious despite the title and the thumbnail? Zygor! What's it about? Is it any good? Is it something you were looking for to save time and annoyance, googling guides, finding info on different websites? Well, listen, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Zygor is an add-on with a subscription. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. This video isn't sponsored by Zygor or anything, so that's not why we're doing it. We think the add-on is cool and thought to tell you why and what you can realistically get out of it. We use it, and in this video we will go over why we think it's a banger and why it's great for players who want to do a lot of the things in WoW and never really find enough time to do them. The biggest thing about Zygor is just pure convenience. Whatever these guys do that work on it, they made a giga-huge database of guides for literally everything in WoW. We haven't tested all of them because goddamn, that's a lot of stuff, but the ones we did saved us literal hours of research and optimization, and between working on the channel, having personal responsibilities, we end up actually playing about 3 to 4 hours per day max of WoW right now once the expansion has been released. And we never really get into professions, reputations, mounts and other stuff since we never really have the time to farm them and efficiency for that. And that was a lot of the content of WoW that we were putting off for vacations, weekends off or stuff like that. The fact that this massive database of guides for leveling, collectibles, professions, and even gold making is just available in-game, and I don't have to have 4 browser tabs open with websites, forums, and other resources to figure out what the best way to get that one thing is pretty neat. So what did we do? What did we gain out of it? Well, let's first talk about professions. Marcelian already leveled his blacksmithing with Zygor, and I picked mine off as well on my warrior alt. Once you load up any guide you want, the steps are fairly straightforward, but what's cool, and you can't do this with online guides, is that the add-on tells you to get however many hundreds of ores to get your skills as high as you can. And if you open up the auction house with this, you can just click the materials in the Zygor window and it loads all of them up in the auction house with the actual prices, so you can buy them if you want. But since I'm a cheap fuck, I decided to actually farm them. And this is what you cannot do with online websites and guides and stuff, because, you know, the add-on just gives me a click here to load a farming guide based on what zone I want to farm the resources in. After you pop it, you actually get a path with an arrowhead to get you to actually farm the materials. I mean, you can use this for your profession, you can use this to just gather and sell stuff and make some gold. You can, of course, do this for other professions based on what your goals are. The baseline value is that with 3 clicks, you already have an efficient route to just go and do stuff. Something that in the past it took me at least 1 to 2 hours to find and compile, which Zygor did in like 7 seconds. Say what you like, but time saved is time gained. Otherwise, I would have to, I don't know, talk to a guard to learn the profession, Alt-tab the game and open my browser. Type in blacksmithing leveling guide for the war within, correct my typos, load up a profession's website, disagree with them using my personal info for personalized ads even though it makes no difference, scroll down to the materials section, keep my tab open on my second monitor, go to the auction house and buy them, or individually farm them, which would have meant I would have had to go on Wowhead or someplace to figure out what the best route to farm shit is, which is never correct since nobody that has a good route wants a bunch of nerds to farm their route of the ores. Then after getting maybe another add-on or paint over the map a route to farm them in, I can get to crafting. Alt-tab again to the website to know which recipes to craft first. Back in the game, back on materials, back on the website, and do this for as long as my IRL responsibilities are taking a break. I have done this again and again and again for years. It's good, it gets shit done, but so much time wasted, dude, when I could just do a few clicks in Zygor and have all of this shit done for myself. I'm good, brother. I played WoW 20 years ago, before Wowhead, before Thoughtbot, and did my grind, did my time. I'd rather just get Zygor that can save me all of that time, which I can put into farming more Valor Stones, doing another shitty delve, where I always clear it with 1 life left for some reason, and generally clear more content at the end of the day. And this is for professions. I also wanted to farm a bunch of stuff and had to level old tailoring for 2 separate expansions, which I cannot tell how discouraging this was before. I could just lazy my way into 5 clicks and have all of this info in the damn game, while I had on an Asmongold video on my second monitor that nobody knew about because Asmongold is no longer a WoW content creator and player, so his content is irrelevant. On top of this, I'm an add-on denier, despite the irony of doing this video. But I don't dislike all add-ons, just really don't want to have to scroll for 20 seconds in my add-on list to see them all. I use Zygor for other more trivial stuff like dailies. Yeah, it does that too, and it is perfectly suited for degenerates like me. I get my arrow that points me in the direction of the flight master that loads the map with a zoomed in view of the point I have to go to with another arrow on it. I swear to God, all you have to do is not close your eyes and Zygor just does all of this shit for you. Sure, at the launch of the expansion I played naked with no add-ons, but I only do that in the first 2 weeks of every expansion. Past that, there's 17 things to do and I have time for only 2, so efficiency ends up mattering. And that extends to stuff like rares and treasures as well. Usually for these I would need yet another add-on, and most likely they don't come with the Flame. Hey look Flame, this is the direction you need to go in. Hope it's not too difficult for you, Flame. Especially when it comes to fucking clicking gray-white crabs on gray-white sand with no outline while keeping my ADD in check since pirate software came online. And wait, what did he say again? Great, another thing I have to Google again, and oh, I just got the last crab for my treasure. This is what I mean. This is who the add-on was made for. This dumbass. And you know what else the regular WoW player needs? To lose his virginity, but also gold. Gold is the backbone of my validation system in WoW, and I am a cheap son of a bitch. You know what I did? I popped open Zygor to see if I can craft anything with tailoring that gets me gold, and noticed the Duskweave bags are turning a profit. Same as before, clicking to load my guide, I got a window with all of the mats that I needed, bought them all, crafted, and sold. Now, gold is a touchy subject since it's risky to recommend people to do stuff. What worked for me when making this video might not work for you when you see it. But the data is there, and you can also have high dreams like I did when I saw the felt cloth gloves were selling for 1.5 million gold, which my dumbass said, yep, that's what I gotta do, and that's what I did to farm this recipe. Remember when I said I had to level tailoring for 2 different expansions? Yeah, did it. Not only that, but one of those expansions was BFA, and damn, I forgot how much stuff you needed back then. And vice versa, did you know that you can level your classic tailoring with just making bandages? I didn't. I literally spent close to no gold for the materials, and all I did was fly from the auction house to the cathedral and first aided the shit out of my tailoring. That whole process sure made me able to make some gloves that sell for over 1 million gold, hopefully, eventually. Listen, transmogs take a very long time to sell. You are on your own if that's your jam. But in unlocking the recipe, I got 2 more for my trouble, and both craft stuff that sells for a big profit. All of this is relative, however, and can take time. But thankfully, now I have it, since I don't need days to farm something when I can just do it in 4 hours efficiently. Well, 4 very efficient hours. Zygor is also famous for its leveling guides, which a bunch of content creators and likely regular gamers use already. And there is so much more stuff to get through. Renown farming to get those reps up is one thing. Find that one mount? No worries, here's a guide on how and where to find it. I'm telling you, if you want to save time on your WoW journey and just get more stuff done, stuff you never thought you had the time to do, Zygor is your guy. You don't have to take my word for it. You can test it out for yourself since there's a free trial version with a bunch of guides that can clear the error for you if you want to get a feel for how the add-on works, but the meat is still in the full version of it, which if you do decide to try it out, you can use our code Marcelian to get 20% off. Obviously, you would be supporting your boys, and hey, if you are fine without it, that just means fewer people will craft the 1.5 million gold felt cloth gloves, giving mine a higher chance to sell. Although Zygor is a lot of add-ons in one, together with hundreds of guides for WoW content, you can also get a whole bunch more add-ons to make your gameplay experience level up. Your boys got you covered right here, fam, so have at it.